Hi everybody, it's Will on Live 4, and I'm back with another video in my series in which I'm showcasing some of the great ships that you can import for free using Transfer Spaceships Across Universes. The first video, I focused on some of the great ships that DrBit18, who's kind of a shipbuilding genius in my mind, who exported, now it's up to 22, I think, ships. That video was on ships that only used mods that were available on NexusMods. But I'm now expanding it in this video to include ships that include mods that are available on Creations Kit. Well, after finishing up the video, I realized it really is too long. These ships are so interesting and so complex that it just takes a lot of time. So I'm going to split the video up in half, 4 in the first half, 4 in the second. But at the end of this video, I have a special treat. Lutz has sent me a video of the interiors. Now, you know, we've lost the interiors on all of his ships, or basically any ship that goes through the Transfer the Spaceships Across Universes mod. So you'll be really amazed at how beautifully he has outfitted those ships. So that'll be at the end of this video. There'll be a timestamp to it. So let's get on with it. So here are the basic facts for the Darth Shuttle. You can see it's a C reactor. And we'll just take a little spin around and you can see it's a small ship, but it does have those creative wings. And now I'll take you through and show you the specific weapons, engines, shields, and so on, all from the build menu. So from the air, this is what the shuttle looks like. The Darth Shuttle is a pretty simple ship. Let's go up and take a look at it from the inside. We have the cockpit in one direction and a control room and docker on the other end. So let's take it out for a fly and see how it does. The small size should make it a pretty easy ship to fly. Well, let's see. Certainly the wings are the most stunning aspect of this ship. And we can see it gets up there. Acceleration pretty good. Obviously, very maneuverable. Oh, those ballistics are really cool. Look at that. So that's the Darth Shuttle. Next is the Dreadnought. And this requires quite a few more mods. You can see, if you go down a few, you'll see Darkstar ESM. This is the paid Darkstar mod, which is just fantastic. But you also have to keep in Darkstar Astrodynamics. Both of them are required. And going down, you see some of our favorites. There's also Avontech Raceyard, which is another paid mod on Creations Kit. Also excellent. And then down near the bottom, again, is WK Bad Tech. So this requires a number of additional mods, but when you see the ship, you'll see that it's definitely worth it. So here's the Dreadnought. You can say this is a big ship, C class with a 60 level. And here we go, showing the Darkstar weapons. And really, it's a nice looking ship. There's a Matilija staircase in the center, and we're at the great terminus setup of Darkstar, high up in the air here. Anyway, we'll take a look at this ship from all sides. Well, very, very cool. You come in from the landing bay and you get to Matilija elevator. So let's go up to the second floor first. And that looks like it opens up into an SBE mess hall. And here's an empty hab that I'm sure had lots of great decorations in it. Pass through the gym and then bathroom. This mess hall seems to be everybody's favorite. I find it in almost every ship because it has everything. It gives you options, of course, of what you can do with it. But I love the way that DrBit has laid this out. Over here is an all-in-one crew station. And that opens up into, I guess that this is the garage for your vehicle. So that does it on the second floor. Now we go to the elevator. And we'll go up to the third floor. And of course we're going to have the cockpit up here. But before we get to there is another empty hab. And in the back is a workshop. And looked like almost the beginning of a brig, but it didn't quite get there. Now this is unfortunate. The mess on the floor is because probably when I imported this, I didn't include the setting that I wanted it to be cleaned before it came in. So I'll have a little bit of work to do. That setting is in the Transfer Ships INI, and you can adjust it in terms of what you want to have come through in your import. And also, of course, if you're exporting, you can do the same thing. Well, let's take it up in the air and see how it flies. Well, it's a fast ship. Look at that, over 1,000. It doesn't accelerate that quickly because it's big, but it's very maneuverable. And has a good enough weapons package. I haven't tried to bring it into battle yet, but I think with that speed it should do very well. So let's go on to the next ship. Next we have the Falkenstein C, and this is really an amazing ship. It's the first one in which he introduces the Falkland Systems mods, which are really something. If you haven't seen them, please stay tuned for that. And everything else is kind of straightforward here. Look, we do have the bad tech subspace warfare again. But let's take a look at this ship. So here's the Falkenstein C, and here's the layout of weapons and engines and so on. We have Tiger in there, and this is, I see Varun. So that is the Creation Kit's version of Derretech. This is a nice large ship, and it's very powerful. Okay, I'm here in New Atlantis, and you can take a look at this ship from the air. I love the attention to detail that DrBit gives to all the structural elements of this, which is something that I have never really been able to figure out. Well, it looks like there's a little glitch here in order to get that Tiger cockpit to fit in. So let's go take a look at the inside. We have a screen door, which we enter. It's a nice little docking bay here. We climb up a level, and here we begin to see the gorgeous Falkland setup. There's our docker. And this is a great little control room. Again, what would have been a terrific empty hab with stuff in it, but we don't have the interior. So here's the Falkland workshop, and it's really quite creative. it's well worth a couple bucks to get this and included in your ships. The characteristic detail, the color selection, all the extra little goodies that are provided, really great. Here's the infirmary, including an MRI machine. I never want to see one of those again, but who knows? Happy to see it here instead of real life. Now we go down the corridor and there's great rooms. This is a crew quarters here. The distinctive black floors are really nice. And it's kind of an engineering and computer course, some more workshop items. And this is the Tiger cockpit. Moderate speed, but very maneuverable, and you know, a nice weapons package. All a really great ship. Next is Hermanos, and you can see that this does not require as many mods as Falkenstein, but Avontech Raceyard is a paid mod on Creations Kit. So let's go take a look at this one now. Well, here's Hermanos, also a sea ship with 98 power. And again, it uses Darkstar and Avontech primarily. And here's the overhead flyover. We're here on Zosma 5A, which is one of my favorite locations. You can see why. DrBit has created this setup with really 4 different levels or horizontal setups with all the wings and so on. Really very ingenious. And it okay, we'll jump up into the Hermanos, and in the back we pass over the Docker, and this is kind of an engineering bay. Now that I look at these, I think you can probably interact with them in some way, but I didn't do it. But here is a passageway over to the other side. Remember, this is a ship with 2 different sections, each with its own cockpit. Here's a big armory, and then a ladder up to the top, and we'll get up there in a minute. At first, we'll go up on this side. You can see the cockpit up ahead, and we have stock rooms here that we're going through, and we could pilot right from here, but we still have a little more of the ship to investigate. So this is a computer core control room of some kind. Got a lot of nice detailed equipment here. And the other passageway, and a few items that kind of dropped off the shelf. And for some reason, I didn't activate that door. I don't know what's behind it. That'll be a secret, but we'll take the ladder up. And that's the ladder that goes down into that armory. But let's fly the ship from this side and see how it looks. It really is a good-looking ship, isn't it? I love the way that it's so balanced. Kind of minimal structure, so this, I'm sure this can be pretty fast. Let's see. Oh yeah, over 1,000 before the boost cuts out. Let's take a look at the weaponry here. Yeah, I like the EM. So this is a ship that's worth keeping. So here's the special section in which I compare the video I did of the imported kind of empty golden Cobra with DrBit18's really beautiful interiors. Okay, I'm going to start with a few minutes from the golden Cobra video that I did, and this is the area that's in the stern or the aft part of the ship, and these are Avontech habs, which are completely furnished. But even at the beginning, when you see what he has done, that the hallway is complete with plants and flowers And then this room, which is completely barren, and those hatches open up to the cockpit. Well, of course, this fusion core room would be the same. We won't spend too much time there. But again, you see just empty spaces. And if we go over and look on the other side, you can see the hab is also got nothing in it. So we'll just quickly jump up to the second floor, and you can see these are all rooms that don't have anything in them. So I'm going to stop here, and now I'm going to show Lutz's video, which shows you how he has furnished them. So this is Lutz's video. I think it's a 1080p, so the quality is going to be not quite the same. But you can see that this is that area that had nothing in it. Now it's filled with trees. All the green highlights here were things that did not come through also. So it's clear that the importing cost a lot. So he's going to go over to the other door into the dining hab. And it seems to be a slightly different layout, although the chairs are all in the same place. We're now in that was the kitchen of the Avontech. This was the big open space, which is now got ping pong table and all kinds of furnishings. Kind of like a little museum area here, display cases, and this is kind of like a platform that's a beam me up kind of thing. Here is that empty hab off to the side, which is now filled with computer equipment. The fusion core is still here, of course. Chair and table and some hardware. Now the second floor, which was completely empty. Now we have a little bit of gym action going on, and here's an infirmary. Extra equipment, signs, workbenches. Oh, it's interesting, he plugged off. Oh no, there's the ladder, I'm sorry. Set up a whole bar arrangement. Over on this side, he installed a bathroom, a sink, water coolers. So you can see what is missing. It's too bad that we can't find a way to get all of this great stuff to actually be imported. Now he's going up to the cockpit. And again, this room, which was empty, is now filled with, again, like computer core type hardware. the great viewing platform. And I see the Ramtech terminal over here. That is about the only thing that will come through most of the imports. So I think that gives you a pretty good idea what this all would look like if it was actually furnished. Well, I hope you enjoyed these 4 ships that were built using resources from NexusMods and Creations kits, and that little segment of Lutz's interiors that really is great. In the second video, 4 more ships, including really an amazing Derretech Matilija combination. You're really going to love it. So come back for that. Subscribe to the videos, please, and give me a thumbs up. I'll see you later. Bye.